So I've tried to make this video several times now, and yeah. So I took a little hiatus from uploading, and because so many people reached out and were worried about me, and because of the direction I want this channel to go in, my motivation has always been to share my obsession with whatever role-playing game I was playing at the time, and kind, like-minded people that I built some sort of friendship with through this platform. I am trying to talk about where my head was at. So, going through a surprise business thing that I had to take care of, I had to deprioritize Marvel Future Revolution content. And it wasn't that I'm on any bandwagon for the game is bad and like blah, blah, blah. It's actually nothing to do with that. It's just things came out of nowhere that I had to take care of. And those things kind of overwhelmed me, and I was dealing with depression and other things that came along with that stress, and thus I felt like if I upload because of the brain fog and the lack of focus I had because of these real life distractions, that people would pick up on that. And the reason I got into playing these games in the first place was because escapism, really. I want this to be a place that I go to build new friendships, share something that I love with other people, and maybe have my obsessive personality when it comes to like going gung-ho on figuring things out to maybe, you know, build a base of people that appreciate that, I guess, on some level. And I realized that the dynamics with whaling and how it affects PvP, that there's this kind of disproportionate amount of people that take that out on the players as far as like the matchmaking, as though we are in control of that. And I just realized that that was something I was never going to escape. And all of these people that I really obsessed about wanting to like me because I'm just a good person, and once in a while I'm funny, and that there wasn't anything like negative I was bringing to the board. Like, I just thought like I'm entitled to have these people appreciate me on all levels, and there's nothing to dislike me for. So why are you behaving this way? There were times I would get sucked into YouTube comments and stuff like that where it ruined my day because I was so obsessed with winning these people over and making them like me. So with what I was going through with real life, I realized that I can't do that. So I just forewent PvP altogether, because at the end of the day, it wasn't really that important to me. It's never been like I use PvP as like a personal vendetta to crush people under my foot and to feel good about myself. It's never been like that. It's always been about sharing like this passion I have for role-playing games, and just that I really like people. Like, way before this game, there was a time in my life where I was like a nightclub promoter. I was a mixed martial arts promoter, and everything about my life was about fellowship. And in real life, it was where part of my life was making a living off that. My real job during that time was I was actually a private investigator and a bail enforcement agent. And I know, kind of weird, but my hobby was promotions and people, and my love for having that feeling of camaraderie that you get with hanging out with people and, you know, just saluting. And I don't know, I was somebody that was willing to do anything for a laugh, making people laugh, smile, whatever. That was my jam. So when I first discovered streaming and got hooked on YouTube videos, there was a specific content creator that I could really relate to. It was Mobile Gamer, and it was my first delving into mobile games and the whole spending in a game dynamic. I'd never really understood it like on that level and how it could like affect the game. Strike Force, though, people didn't really care about that stuff that much. They were more interested in like, oh my gosh, you have such an awesome roster. There's like minimal negativity. This game, however, has been a pretty exaggerated version of that. And obviously the YouTube videos going to where, you know, I'd have like a few hundred people, maybe a few thousand a month that would watch my Strike Force videos, to when I started making content for this game, it blew up to, you know, 500,000 views a month. And then with that, there's a lot of positive attention, but for more positive attention, there was like this 10% threshold of people that were like, used me as some sort of like scapegoat. And I understand that there's, for some people, for as much for me as it feels good to have that camaraderie and fellowship and be kind to people, there are some people that are motivated where they're the empowerment they get to like feel good comes with like humbling people like me, that they feel like has these friendships, that might think that I'm smart, or that if I'm a tryhard and I play really hard and I do well in the game for whatever reason, be it playing a lot, whatever it is, that they feel good for knocking me down a peg. And I understand, I'm not new to YouTube. So it's like, I understand that those people are out there. I get it. And I knew that came with the platform. I've found myself guilty of beelining to comments and videos where I just knew there was going to be fireworks in there. But I guess I gave myself too much credit for how I'd be able to handle that. And so when I was dealing with this real life stuff, I felt like it made a lot of sense to take a step back and kind of figure out like why I'm doing this, what motivates me to upload, what I'm looking for, maybe the direction I want to take with this channel and where I want to go with it. And in the meantime, limit interactions like that. So that's what I did. So I was playing every day, still liked the game, but the juice wasn't worth the squeeze when it came to PvP and the people that get really weird about it as though it's like this personal thing. So I went into this like understanding. I've done this before when I've gone through hard times in my life, where I've taken a step back and realized that a lot of it's a perspective that I have in my head that I got to figure out like why I'm giving these things these meanings. So I became obsessed over the last few weeks with like kind of like restarting my brain into giving myself more empowering ways to look at everything. And on some level, to kind of like callous my brain for those weird people that come and want to humble YouTube people, you know. And I felt like in doing that, I was actually inspired to come up with my own game. I really took a deep look, like, why am I doing this? How do I translate all these obsessions I've had, like with role-playing games and like being such a tryhard, from like everything from like tabletop, like Dungeons and Dragons, I've like gone to like wild extremes. There have been games that I've played, like video games, that when I like them, I was willing to like go to wild extremes to be very good at them, figure out mechanics in the game to like come up with like broken builds. And I applied all of that obsession to Marvel Future Revolution. And then I guess when I realized that there's like this whaling thing that I don't think people are ever going to like get over and appreciate, that I started thinking to myself, well, what if I took everything that I love about gaming and RPGs more importantly, and I figured out how to apply everything that I was good at and cared about in real life. And I like kind of combined the two and either inspired, created fellowship, and drew out more of those people that thought the same way I did. And, you know, I guess to kind of like get away. Don't get me wrong. I understand no matter what I do, YouTube will always be like this. And like, if that blows up, I'm sure there's going to be those people all day long still. But maybe the percentages, the ratios will be a little bit different, I guess. But I've been designing a mobile app that is essentially reverse engineering what Dungeons and Dragons is to sitting in front of a table and calculating and leveling up a fictional character. This would be something where you use a mobile app, but it applies to you personally and where you're gamifying real life. I know other people have tried to do this before. I've done a lot of research on it, but I'm obsessed with figuring it out and making it something that I feel like will be accepted and it will, I'll be able to find those people that are on board with this. So that's what my obsession has been. And there's, I won't drag you into that. That's for other videos. But ultimately, I thought to myself, what can I do to make this channel more in line with what it is that I am fulfilled with? Now, I'm still going to play role-playing games. I'm still obsessed with them. It's not like I'm less obsessed. And it's that I don't want to make Marvel Future Revolution videos at all or other cool games. I literally watch videos every day on new and upcoming role-playing games. And I would love nothing more to find other games similar to that, like EverQuest. And there's just... ultimately, I will always play role-playing games and have a love affair with them. But I feel like having this channel be something that's like a deeper dive into me as a person and to find those people that appreciate me and might find some inspiration in me evolving and becoming a better person and inspiring you through some of the things that I'm doing, that would be a big deal to me. So that's why I haven't been around, why I wasn't uploading, and ultimately the direction I want to go with this channel. I'm going to figure out how I can marry all those things together, and hopefully, you know, I've lost a few people recently that are more into, that probably just want me to put out Future Revolution content and shut up, and or come out. Even I put out a video recently and there's people saying, can you put out a new Iron Man build video? And I'm like, I've done like 6 of those. Like, really? You still want me? Like, there's nothing's changed. It's still the meta. But still play the game, still like to figure stuff out. But I thought this video felt like the thing to do. Like, I should put this out there. So my apologies for anybody that was worrying about me. And I'm still here. I'm okay. I've turned a corner in some facet, and I've actively been doing a lot to try to evolve and reinvent myself again. And hopefully you guys dig what comes out of that. And I guess until the next video, I will see you guys later. Okay, bye. Sorry for boring you if I did and running off on tangents. But yeah, bye.